Hi everybody, it's Danielle with Inspire Me to DIY, and today we're going to make a Christmas craft. I know it's not Thanksgiving yet, but I want this to go out on my porch, so I'm getting things ready. My whole house looks bipolar the last couple of days because I have all my fall stuff. I have Christmas stuff everywhere because we're doing Christmas photos tomorrow, so my fireplace has got to be all Christmased up. And it's just a whole hodgepodge of a mess right now. I have boxes everywhere that's got Christmas stuff in it. I have boxes everywhere that the fall stuff's going back in. And for a lot of you, I know that would upset you because you want Thanksgiving first. But when you have a website and you write articles about it, you got to have it all set up and have pictures taken already. And I'm way behind the 8 ball. So it looks so nice right where I'm sitting, but when I look around, it's like, oh my gosh, what a mess. What have I done? It is a mess. So back to where I was talking, we are going to do a Christmas craft. It's a sign for my front porch. I bought this, it's the Woodpile brand from Hobby Lobby. It's just one of their blank wooden signs. And this one is $13. And I got it for 40% off, so really great deal. So this is what we're going to use. And it had, and I probably shouldn't have done this, it had some black streaks going through it. And I tried to paint it with white paint. And you might not be able to see it on camera, but yeah, I can see it. So I kind of messed up on that, but maybe the stuff we put on top might cover most of it, and hopefully you don't see it. So what I got is some letter H's, and these are also, I think they're also Woodpile, yes. And there are 2 letters in a package, and I needed, of course, 3, so I had to buy 2 packages. And these are $2.49 a piece, so $5, and that was also 40% off. And then I bought these cute wooden Christmas ornaments. They come just like this with the little ribbon on there and everything, and they were $2.49 for 6 of them. So this project didn't cost much money at all. I love the little detail at the top. You can really tell that's an ornament. So what I did is I took the little ribbon off, but keep it because we're going to use it for this project. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover these with paper, and then I got it backwards so you could see it. It's going to say ho, ho, ho down the sign. So super cute, super cheap, and it's going to look pretty professional when we're done. The Christmas ornaments, I know I'm going really fast. I still get nervous when I do these. Is that normal? I mean, I've been doing it for like 3 years and I still get nervous. So I talk really fast when I'm nervous. But I took the ribbons off of these and I painted the tops of gold. I used this gold metallic paint I got from Amazon, and I'll put the link in the comments when I'm done here. So I painted these ahead of time because they needed to dry. So that's what I got so far with that. We are going to paint our H's also, but we're going to paint them in red. And I think I've been fighting with it. I didn't know if I should do the red or if I should do the gold, because with the black frame, I think that gold would be stunning. But the papers that I have picked out to cover my ornaments are all red and white. So I'm thinking the red would probably be a better fit. And let me show you the ribbons that let me show you the papers that I have, and then I'll show you the ribbons. These are the papers that I'm going to use. And this just says Merry Everything and Happy Always. And then I have a red and white gingham and then some candy canes. But I picked these 3 because I think they really go well together. And the different, the different printings of them kind of give it a little bit more depth. So those are the ones I picked. And since this is all red and white, I also picked red and white ribbon, but I also got a green one in there too. So these 2 ribbons I got from Hobby Lobby, And this one just says Merry Christmas, and the other one's gingham. The Merry Christmas is on sale because all their Christmas stuff's on sale, but the gingham was not. Luckily, I already had that. So, and I think it's $1.99, so it's not overly expensive. Now, these 3 ribbons I got from Dollar Tree, and there's only 9 feet on each spool, but that's plenty to do a whole bunch of different projects. This one says Merry Christmas. This one says Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and then I got some green trees. I think that all just goes well, so well together. We are going to do, this is what came off of my ornament. What we're going to do is we're going to cover these in the paper first because we're using Mod Podge, and that really needs a chance to dry before we move on with the rest of the project. So we're going to do that first. Let me get my sign out of the way. I'm just going to put it here on this chair. I don't have much places to put anything anymore. I can't believe that. I do it every year. I can't believe I have totally trashed my house again. So I only did one. Is that not super cute? But I needed to do one because this little detail at the top, it's kind of scalloped, and I needed to get it to look like it fit. And so I cut one out and really messed with it till I got it right. And then I traced, I don't know if you can see that, I traced it on here with the scallop. So I'm going to cut this one out and then use this as a template to cut my other 2 out. And here's my scissors. I have scissors somewhere. I thought I just dropped something. Okay, so let's cut this out. Oh, you know what I did? We're going to have to use this as a template and not use it for anything else because see where it says the words right there? I got it right over that. And that doesn't look good. So we'll just cut this out and use it as a template. Oh, I try really hard not to waste paper. So anything I'm going to cut out, I shove it into the corner as much as I can. Didn't realize it had the words on there. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. It's like, oh, goofball. That's okay. I needed a template anyways, right? Okay. So Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and we are having Thanksgiving at our house, but it's not on Thanksgiving Day because the people that are coming to ours, you know, have family and stuff, so they're going to do that on Thanksgiving Day. And then we're going to have ours on Friday, which I think is going to be really fun. Of course, everybody will probably be still stuffed from the day before, but that's okay. It'll still be a lot of fun. And we like to play games after we eat, so we'll either get out. We have an Uno game that's called Uno Attack, and it's like a little machine that you put the cards in, and if you get like a draw 2 cards, you have to hit the button 2 times, and sometimes cards fall out, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes you get a card, and sometimes you get 10 cards. The object is to go out as, you know, as the first one to go out. Well, you hit the button and get 10 cards, you're not going out anytime soon. But it's so much fun because it doesn't have anything to do with knowledge or how quick you can be. It just, you can have a conversation and do this at the same time. See my words on the side? That's what I was talking about. That is not a good look. So I'm going to use this as a template, and let's cut out another one, staying away from the words. I'm just going to do it over here on this side. That way I don't have, you see a pencil anywhere? Oh, right in front of me. I don't have to worry about those words if I do it on this side. And I will definitely use this template for other things. I might need something that's a lot smaller, and I'll just cut it out of this piece. I have always been extremely frugal with my craft supplies because I don't want to have to spend a lot of money for craft supplies and stuff that I do. I want to make things as cheaply as possible. Now, this being gingham, I want to make sure my lines go horizontal and vertical. I don't want to have them going all cockeyed. So I'm going to lay my ornament out accordingly, or my template. And I'm just drawing around all of them all at once so we can cut them out all at once. All right, those two. You know, and I fought with myself because I also like this paper, and it's red and green. The other two didn't have any green in it, and I really like it. It looks fun, but for some reason, and the background's a little white, where the other background, well, this one's white, but I was thinking the other backgrounds are like more of a off-white, so I didn't know if it would work, but I definitely have plans for this piece. It's just not this particular one. This also has a pattern that you want to have your ornament strategically placed, and you want to make sure it's not upside down. So this says Merry Christmas, Happy Everything. I want to make sure it's just like that. So, excuse me, the top of my ornament is perfect. I have got allergies, or I thought I had a sinus infection at the beginning of the week because I woke up with a terrible headache and my sinuses, my teeth and ear and everything was really hurting. But I'm pretty sure now that it's just allergies. Well, not just, but it's allergies. And I think, because I've been taking Claritin and Flonase every morning and I've been fine. But it still drips, and so I've been doing a lot of coughing. And let me tell you, if you want to clear out a Walmart, just start having a coughing fit that you can't stop. Everybody thinks you're contagious, and they fly to the ends of the store. So it's like, okay, well, thanks for nothing, guys. Good thing I wasn't like choking to death. All right, so I'm going to cut out around the edges and then work on the scallop at the end. And this paper feels a little thicker, so it's not cardstock, but it's a heavier weight paper. Does that have the weight of it on here? No. I'm looking, there's like the little price thing on there. I thought maybe it would have the weight of the paper, but it does not. I like to buy my paper in separate sheets. I know you can buy the big packs with a whole bunch of different patterns in them. And those are nice if you like every single pattern, but not very often do I like every single pattern. So I know that some of that paper is just going to get thrown by the wayside. And maybe someday, if I have I'm going to put my trash pieces over here. If I have a craft sale where I'm getting rid of a bunch of craft supplies, those papers would go in that. And I have done that from time to time, but it's been a long time. So I probably need to purge some already. Some craft supplies, that is. Okay, come on. So I have ginger candies over here. I get them on Amazon, but they're really good for your stomach, but they also taste really good. And the calorie count's a lot smaller. So, pull that piece over there. So I have a couple of pieces over there in case I start coughing too much. I know it's not a good look to try to talk with your mouth full of candy. All right. So Halloween was last Tuesday, four days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago. I can count to 4 some days. But we only had 15 trick-or-treaters. I know it's been dwindling throughout the years, but 15. And the weather was beautiful. It wasn't like it was in Indiana and Pennsylvania and New York and Ohio, where people have been telling me that We actually got snow. It wasn't like that at all. That did not, I don't like that. Okay. Well, maybe my template was not as great as I thought. Let me cut these little ends off and see if I can get it a little closer. Okay. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect because your little bow is going to go over that. Okay. So what do I need to do? I need to cut that more. All right. Always on camera, right? Let me try my smaller scissors. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. So, our trick-or-treating, I think, goes to 9. So it was like right around 8 o'clock. And I'm like, you know, I don't think we're getting any more kids. So the last kiddo we had, I'm sure I have given him stories to tell the rest of his life because he came up, I dumped the whole bowl, and I buy the good stuff. It's got to be chocolate. I'm not Skittles or, you know, if I'm going to have candy and I'm going to go full out, it's chocolate. I just dumped the bowl in, and his eyes was like, I think he was speechless. I don't think he said a whole lot, but it helped me out because then I wasn't left with all that candy that I know I'll eat every time I get out of my chair. I would go and eat that. I am not having good luck with this. It's not bad, but I can see where that template was not the best idea. Let me see if I can kind of fix it. The edges are a little high. Let's keep with those little scissors. So yeah, and of course my porch was all decorated for Halloween and pumpkins and all that. And I still have all that out there because in about 2 weeks, I'm going to do the full Christmas tour of my home because it's going to take that long to get it all done. And if I didn't have a 9 to 5, then yeah, I'd be done a lot sooner, but I have an everyday job that I go to. All right, that's a little better. It's not 100%, but like I said, our bow is going to cover most of that. So this little piece on the front, this little scallop piece, also peels off if you don't want it, but I kind of liked that little touch. So there's that one, and luckily I have my words going the right way. So I am going to set that off to the side, get this paper out of the way. Let's do our gingham. I'm going to keep with the little scissors because that seems to help me get into the crevices of those scallops just a little better. So today I decided to wear my Christmas t-shirt. One of them, this one's my Holly Jolly shirt, but I know it's backwards because I don't have an iPhone. Hopefully Android gets with it someday and makes it so you can flip the camera, but right now you can't. But this is my Holly Jolly shirt. I think it comes in 3 colors. And my Merry and Bright earrings. I love these two things together. They just make me happy. I have bright red hair. Well, it's a little darker now because I enhance it that way. I have, let's just say, a lot of natural silver highlights. So I keep coloring my hair, and I probably will keep coloring it until maybe another 10-15 years. But so right now, my red hair is a lot darker. It used to be like highway cone orange hair growing up, and I could never wear pink because it looked terrible. It made my hair even more orange. Think copper penny, new penny. It just not good with pink. Not good with this shade of pink. Well, definitely not good with hot pink, but more like a red pink, like a magenta kind of color. I know, I'm getting all weird, but you always want what you can't have, right? And I've always wanted to wear pink. And now that my hair is a darker red, I can pull it off. And so I'm so happy. I have a lot of pink that I wear. All right. Let's see. Did I do it right the first time? Ooh. Of course no. I got just a little bit on the edge to trim, so let me get my pencil in there. Not bad at all, though. Jeez, I'm gonna, hopefully third time's a charm, but that's not bad. I mean, I just totally needed to trim that edge. So this is this one, and I got my gingham all going the correct way. Now you could do it diagonal if that's what you want, but I like everything symmetrical. I'm a very, it's got to be symmetry. Here's my third one. And then here's my little candy canes. And it doesn't really matter which way you lay this one out because those candy canes are going all crazy. So let's cut that one out. And then we'll Mod Podge these. I'm going to use the dishwasher safe Mod Podge because I want my sign to go outside. We don't get much rain this time of year, but I do have lawn sprinklers and I don't want it to ruin my sign. Oh, mail's here. I made sure I got the laundry done before I turned on the camera because that beeps like crazy. All right. Oh, he's dropping off a package. I wonder what it is. Okay. Let's do my little scallop, and then we should be pretty close to having the cutting part done. We'll see. Goodness, I probably should turn my fan on. I don't like that whirring noise, but whew, it's a little warm in here. It is 81 outside right now. And the nighttime temperatures, well, the other night it was in the 50s, which is pretty chilly for this time of year. Normally, we don't hit that till January. So let's see how close I got this one. Oh, not close at all. In fact, I don't think I'm going to be able to use this one because I cut the edge. I cut it too close, and I think you're going to see. It's the mailman dropped that off. All right, so let me see if I can make it work. If not, the one that I've already, I cut it too short, so you can see the edges of the wood here on each side. So I'm going to, we're not going to use this one, and I am going to use the one that I made up ahead of time because it's the same paper. Win. Win! Store! All right, so let's glue our other two. And like I said, always shake it up first. But I use the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, which means it's waterproof. And so being outside, perfect. And I know that there's a couple of different ways to do this, and I'm not understanding why you do one over the other. I don't know why, because sometimes people will do the Mod Podge. This is what I've seen on videos, and they'll blow dry it, completely dry. Then they'll put the paper on top and hit it with a hot iron and glue it on that way. So I'm not sure what the difference is between that and the way I do it, where I put the Mod Podge on, slap this on, and smooth it down until it's dry. Unless it's maybe one is causes less bubbling. I don't know. So I have two paint brushes out here. They're both flat brushes. These were really nice brushes at one time, but I have had these, I think 40 years. I've had these a long time. And right now I just use them to paint things, not artist painting, but like painting something a solid color, and I use them for Mod Podge. So I guess one's a 6 and one's a 9 flat, and I guess it doesn't really matter. I use this one for my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to take it right out of the container. There's no point in pouring it into something and then using that, because if you do that and then you pour it back into the container, it might be contaminated with other things, like maybe you had something else on the plate or something fell into it, and then you can't put it back in the container. This way I can not waste it, use just what I need, and the rest stays in the container. All right, so I'm going to brush off all the excess and just keep it like that. And I'm going to put my paper on there. One moment, please. All right. So I am going to Mod Podge over the top of this, but I want it to dry as much as possible on the bottom first. That way it won't bubble up. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that with the gold top. That is so cute. All right, so we got those two done. Good thing I did that one first. And good thing it was the same paper. What's the odds? What's the odds of me screwing up that paper? God is good all the time. Even on silly things like that. We were talking at Bible study last night about sometimes I feel really silly praying to God about what I think he would think is dumb things. Like making sure it's not the same paper, or I pray before every video, please let me say things that will build and make people feel better, build them up and not tear them down. You know, just be kind, and I always pray that it goes well. And some people would think, well, why do you pray for that? That's dumb. God's got bigger things than worrying about how you're going to look on a video. And yes, he does. But he also cares about those things. Isn't that wild that the God that created the whole universe cares about those things? Sometimes it just blows my mind. I am finally getting comments. Oh my gosh, I figured I was getting them, but for some reason on the phone, I need to get an iPad so I can sit it out here and see the comments, because people are telling me that you get them on the iPad before you do your phone. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. Thank you, Betty. You love my shirt. Isn't this great? I think I also have it like in a mint green, and I think I have it in white no, I don't have it in white. I think I just have it, I don't know. I have to go on my site to see what colors I have them in. But I thought this was the cutest thing. Okay, so now I have gotten Mod Podge on my two ornaments. Keep checking them to make sure they don't bubble up, and they haven't. And this one's got a little overhang. So you can either trim that off, or you can take a piece of sandpaper and just go along the edge and clean that right off. I think what I'm going to do is take my little scissors and just go across and get that off. Normally that wouldn't bother people, but silly things like that bother me. Because every time I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, there's that edge I didn't trim. Dumb, I know. Oh, yeah, this one is that way too. I'd rather have too much on the edge than not enough, like I cut that one too short. But I would definitely use that paper over again. Perfect. All right, I'm going to turn my little fan on just so, and hopefully that's do you hear it? Is it too much? Oh, thank you, Betty, putting the link to my t-shirt and my earrings, my Merry and Bright. I think these are the best. And I think I got to turn them merry and bright, but of course they're backwards. So yeah, these, I got a whole bunch of new Christmas earrings, but I had to buy these myself. These are so cool. I got that drip going, and it might be because I turned that fan on. I don't know. I'm just glad it's not a sinus infection like I originally thought it was, because those aren't any fun. All right, I'm going to put this in my water just because I don't want that brush to harden. I'm going to use it again for Mod Podge, but I don't want it to harden with the fan going and all the other things. Okay, so I have my 3 H's, and it doesn't matter which way these go because they look the same either way. Yay! So we're going to paint these red, and I am using, it's called Bright Red from Apple Barrel. These used to be 50 cents, which is a huge, huge bargain. I think now they're 65 cents. Still, enormous bargain when it comes to paint, because paint's pricey. So, I didn't bring a paper plate out here for this, which I should have, but we're going to use it out of the lid. That way I still don't use it, I still don't contaminate the bottle. But we're probably going to use quite a bit of it because we're painting the whole side. And I'm going to use my other paintbrush for this. And let's see how much I get on me and how much I get on the H. Okay. Whoa. So Thanksgiving is coming up. Do you have Thanksgiving at your house, or do you have Thanksgiving at a friend's house? And is it potluck? Does everybody bring a dish, or do you cook the whole thing yourself? I know there's a lot of people out there that it's their adult children that come for Thanksgiving, and so they wind up cooking the whole meal themselves, which is okay. I mean, you love to cook for your kids, right? We have a potluck where everybody brings something. And oh my goodness, the people, our friends, are amazing cooks. So we're very fortunate in that. I'm going to do the edges just because I don't like that look of them not being done. I don't think it looks finished. Now, if it was laser cut, like these ornaments are, they have like a brown edge, almost looks like a burnt edge, and I like that look. So I didn't want to cover the edges of my ornaments. But these letters are made out of balsa wood. They're not laser cut. So you just get a regular raw edge. And I kind of wanted them to look a little more finished. Okay. And with this fan blowing, I mean, it's really drying my Mod Podge, but it's drying out my paint before I can get it on, I think. We won't have to wait for these to dry. I have a loose hair on my paintbrush. That's the problem with older brushes, is they lose their little bristles after a while. Okay, I think I took care of it without a huge mess. So tomorrow, the reason my house is like crazy tore up, you have Thanksgiving with friends and they all bring a dish or two. See, that's smart, because that way you don't have to foot the whole bill and everybody can bring what they like to bring, which is kind of cool that way. Tomorrow is picture day. My husband and I are taking pictures for our Christmas card, and I have where is it? I have this little remote control, that when I have it on camera, not on my live, but when I have it on camera, I can push the button. It shows me 3, 2, 1, and then it takes the picture. Well, that's great because I can have it in my hand when we're getting our pictures taken. So we don't have to hire somebody to take our pictures, or we don't have to like push a button, run back and smile and hope it turned out okay. So this is kind of nice, but we're doing the pajama thing again, and it's going to be kind of bittersweet because our boy's not with us anymore. Our American Bulldog, he was in our pictures last year, but then he passed like a week after. So this whole year has been a whole year of firsts without our boy, and it's been a little trial here and there. I'm going to touch it where it's wet, so I'm trying to look where it's the least wet. So we're going to try to get the cat in the pictures. We'll see. But this year we're wearing red satin pajamas like the ones in the Santa Claus, where he had SC on there. It was supposed to be for Scott Calvin, and then they later found out that he was Santa Claus. So beautiful red satin pajamas. And so I found them on Amazon for like, I think they were like, they were under $20 a pair, which that's amazing for satin pajamas. So I went and got them monogrammed with our initials on his initials on his and my initials on mine. I found a monogrammer in the area that did them very reasonable priced. So we are going to have those in our pictures. And I'm dying to see how many people understand the reference as to it's from the Santa Claus. The cat's not wearing pajamas, but or even a neckerchief or anything like that because, no. We like our skin and we want to keep it on our bodies and not under her claws because she would not be happy about that. So we'll probably have pictures with and pictures without the cat. And then we'll pick the best ones for our Christmas cards. I just got a flyer in the mail, was it last week? I don't know if it was Snapfish, Photo Bucket, one of those that you can order your picture Christmas cards right now for 65% off, which is amazing because we order 100 Christmas cards and mail them out to people we don't get to see throughout the year, which is a lot of our friends and family that live up north. So I definitely want to get them during the 65% off sale. So that's why we're getting our pictures, doing our pictures tomorrow instead of waiting till closer to Christmas. And then it'll give us a chance to get them back and get them addressed and all that stuff because I like to send them out December 1st. That way everybody gets them in plenty of time for Christmas. And, they can do with them what they want because it's got our pictures on it. I usually take one and put it in a little frame. Pottery Barn has these Christmas frames every year, and it's got the year on them. They're just little ornaments. And I like to put our Christmas card picture in that. So it's on the tree and it's, every year, which is kind of nice. So I have got to get the fireplace decorated for Christmas by tomorrow. And I kind of know in my head how I want to do it, but it's not 100%. So hopefully I'll get there and get it all done in time. We'll see. But I think it's going to be really beautiful. And thank heavens I got a husband that's good with all that, getting dressed in matching pajamas and getting our picture taken. Because a lot of guys, I'm sure, would not be cool with that. He is such a good guy. I mean, I'm sure I put him through a bed of sprouts, like my mom used to say. And he just goes with the flow. He's just such a sweet guy. So I don't know if you've noticed, probably doesn't, hopefully it doesn't show too much, but the whole side of my hand is bruised. From here to here, do you see it? Okay, I was just walking, slammed my hand into the doorway. I walked through that door so many times, and I've never done that before. And even if I do hit my hand, it never bruised like that. So now I've got this crazy bruise that I'm just like, is it because I'm getting older and I'm starting to bruise easier? I don't know. But I thought that was just the goofiest thing, because it takes a lot to get me to bruise. So for that to happen, it was like, well, that's kind of disconcerting there for a little bit. It's a little sore. It doesn't hurt a whole lot, but boy, it sure does not look great. So the weather here has been beautiful. Even last week when everybody was having the cold snap, I mean, we did too, but nothing horrendous. It got down, I think the coldest it got in Florida was like 46, but that was North Florida, not where we are. It was, highs were in the low 80s, but I heard it snowed on Halloween, which growing up as a kid, I don't ever remember snow on Halloween in Ohio, but they were all saying, and my friend in Marblehead said it just came down, and luckily it was like right after trick or treat was over, but then it really started to snow. Like, that's just crazy. So hopefully it gets it out of its system and you don't have one of those really miserable winters, because, I do remember a lot of those where it just snow, and the temperature was so cold. I was never one to drive in the snow. All my friends knew that if there was snow on the roads, I'm staying home. I am not going out shopping or doing anything, because I just had anxiety. Terrible with snow on the roads. I mean, I've been in accidents, but never been, injured or a horrible accident. It was just petrified to drive in the snow. So I am really glad to be here, because I never have to worry about that. Now, I've driven in some really bad rainstorms where you cannot see at all, but not near as bad as slipping and sliding on snow and ice. That's just too scary for me. All right, now I am definitely all painted up now, but this is the last one. And once all my paint is dry, well after the video, I am going to hit these with Mod Podge also, because that will keep them weatherproof as well. All right, so those are drying. Pretty much done with my paint. And I'll scoop this back in, but then I take this lid and wash it out real good. Because if I screw it on the top now, all that paint's going to get on my threads, and that's not going to be, it's not going to be a great thing. Let's put that paint there. Now let me get a little bit of this water from my glass of water, just to see if I can get some of this paint off, because I don't want to transfer it onto anything that I do. And normally I'd get up and wash my hands, but that's rude to just get up and leave you with nothing to look at but the background. Okay. I was very lucky when I was looking for materials for this project, because pretty much everything is on sale at Hobby Lobby right now. They're trying to get as many people in the door as possible, because their whole Christmas display is up. The fall stuff is crazy on sale, what's left of it. So And people that want to make things for Christmas, there's a ton of people in the stores that are going to make things. So fourth quarter is definitely their big shining moment. Okay, so here's my sign, and it has a hanger up here and then over here on the side. So you can hang it this way or this way. Since we're going vertical, and this is my hanger, this is my up. So you want to make sure that this is your up. And I am going to move these out of the way. Come on. I'm going to put it over here. I got paint on me again. Yeah. All right. Luckily, my paper towel is still wet. Am I good? I am good. Okay, now, if I had time and I wanted to make this a longer project, I would paint my H's another coat, but I think they're pretty good the way they are. I have my hot glue plugged in and ready to go, so all we have to do is set our pieces out. Oh, sorry about my piece of candy. Set our pieces out, make sure that everything is the way you want it, that's not all whopper-jawed, for a better word, and have it where you want before you start gluing. But I'm afraid if I put my H's on the board right now, it's going to leave red on there. So I think while I'm waiting for them to dry, and I got to put this over here so it gets by the fan, we're going to coat the top of our ornaments with another coat of Mod Podge. I think that'll be perfect timing. So let me move this out of the way again. And this one I've already coated, so we don't really need to coat that one again. But this one I have not, or these two I have not. Make sure I get the right brush. This one. And I always have a roll of toilet paper. I always have a roll of paper towels next to me, so I can always yank some off, or if I have a spill, something like that. I always have them with me. Oh, did you see my glasses? Hold on, I gotta show you. I have my Christmas design ones on. I bought a couple different kinds, but these are like a Christmas plaid. Is that not cool? Gotta get them away from the light. I love these. I've gotten so many compliments on these glasses, and a lot of times I get to show people that you can take the tops off and put different ones on. If you're not familiar with those glasses, they're from Pair, P-A-I-R, Pair Eyewear. And I just love them. I've always loved to change things out. I'm just going to use the glue that's on the lid there. All right, so we get this coated pretty good, because I don't want the weather to mess up my paper. Put that in front of my fan. Let's do this one. I did not know. I used to make my own Mod Podge. Well, what I thought was Mod Podge, which is equal parts of glue and water, and it works really well. But that's not what Mod Podge is. There's a chemistry to it. There's other things in there other than glue and water. But now they have all the different formulas for waterproof. There's a gloss. There's a matte. There's all different kinds for different applications. And I think that's pretty cool that you can do that. Okay, so while that's drying, let's make our bows. There's all these things that we can do while things are drying. Okay, and this is one of those crisscross bows where you take a piece of ribbon this way and then a piece of ribbon this way, you cross, and then you just keep layering them up, pieces of ribbon. And we have five different kinds of ribbon, different sizes. You see there. So what I did here is I just used one piece of every kind on here, but you can do 2 pieces of every kind and make it a much fuller bow. Yeah. But I think I kind of like this bow because I think if it's too much, it might be like, since there's 3 of them, boom, 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 it might be too much. So, what I did, I'm crunching my candy. What I did, this says Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas. I didn't cut the word in half. I just cut it at the end of Merry Christmas and made it 2 Merry Christmases. And then I just judged the rest of my ribbon off of that. So no rhyme or reason. I don't know how long this is, but it's that long. So I have boxes where the clear plastic boxes where you put your, for ribbon. So I have all of my ribbons in those. Wait a minute, I gotta do this twice. So, I don't want my ribbons all over the place, unraveling and getting tangled up. So I use straight pins. I have them sitting over here, but I use straight pins and just stick it in the end like that. See that yellow headed pin? That way my ribbon all stays together and I don't have to worry about it getting all tangled up with other ribbons. So now I'm going to make the rest of my ribbons about the same size. Actually, I'm going to fold this in half and make 2. Because I got 2 more ornaments. There we go. Stop. The fan is blowing it. And I'm going to just lay them out. I'm not crisscrossing anything yet because I'm not sure how I want to do it. I usually have the thicker pieces of ribbon in the back and the thinner ones in the front. That way you can see all the pieces. So I haven't really looked at that yet. Okay. And this one, this is like the prettiest ribbon. Look at that. And it's $1.25 from Dollar Tree. That's amazing. Okay, so there's gonna be like 3 Merry Christmases on this ribbon. Just to get it. So I don't want to cut in the middle of a word just in case I need that for something else later. So that might be just a shade longer than your other 2 pieces. And I am 1 straight pin short because one of these spools was brand new. When I opened it, I didn't have an extra pin for it. So I'll have to get one of those after I turn the video off. So Christmas this year. Last year, I have a theme every year for Christmas. And last year, my theme was Winter Wonderland. And I have big snowball ornaments, and they're all like the big pom-poms, and a lot of white snowflakes. And I had them hanging from my chandeliers and all sorts of stuff. Everything was like Winter Wonderland. It was hard to find that stuff. This year, it's everywhere. And wouldn't you know it, this year, I want to do a dark, moody, dark green velvet and gold are my colors this year for Christmas. Good luck finding those. Now watch, next year, they'll be everywhere. I always seem to be like a year ahead. So it's like drives me absolutely crazy. This one, I'm just going to have to cut in the middle of the words because otherwise it would be this long. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. So I'm really hoping for the dark greens and golds. I can't find wrapping paper anywhere. I've been to Hobby Lobby. I've been to Walmart. I've been to Michael's. I've been to Joann Fabrics. Where else? I mean, just But any place, oh, Amazon, nowhere can I get dark green, just a dark green velvety looking wrapping paper. Because I have gold velvet ribbon that I'm going to tie the package up with. Very elegant, very beautiful. Can't find it. And I told my sister, I said, I'm about to the point where I'm just going to paint it. Just get some wrapping paper. Excuse me. Get some wrapping paper and paint it green. And who knows, that might work. But I'm still, Amazon has green paper, but they said it's the heavier craft paper, not good with regular tape, regular Scotch tape, or whatever brand you use, because it won't hold. Well, that's not going to work. I need something that's going to be like a wrapping paper. But I am definitely looking. Oh, here's my fifth one. I'm like, why don't I'm supposed to have 5? But I'm definitely looking for green wrapping paper. So we'll see. Hopefully. I'm going to cut in between my trees so I don't, okay. Fans off. My ribbons are blowing all over the place. And who knows, maybe painting wrapping paper might be a thing. Because I get this paper. This is the paper that Hobby Lobby gives you if you buy something breakable. They wrap it in this paper. And I keep it. I flatten it all out and then I fold it in half. And my stack is like that big. Make sure there's nothing on me. Because I use it to protect my table for doing stuff like this. This one I do not have the straight pin for, so I'm just going to set it off to the side and get one when I'm done here. Okay, so this is the ribbon that we're using, and I told you that we were going to reuse the ribbon that came on our ornaments, and this is where we reuse it. So I need 2 pieces of that ribbon. Let's see. My cat hauled one off and I had to go get it from her. Booger. So those are there, and this is what we're going to use to tie our bows with. So we're going to just do the first one, and I'm going to find the thickest pieces first, or the ones that are the widest. So they kind of go in order. These are like all the same, these 3. So I don't know if you can see that. If you're having trouble seeing because of the comments, there's a little down arrow in the bottom left-hand corner. If you click that, all the comments go away and you can see the whole project. So that might help. Now, if I double cut these, made 2 of each, and then crisscrossed them, like I said, I'd have a much bigger bow. But I kind of like this smaller bow, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take and make an X like that. And then this one's going to go over the top of that. This one's going to go over the top of that. And then last, we're going to do this one, and make sure that you kind of have them lined up in the middle. This is going to be your little tie. So we have used every piece without wasting. And you're just going to flip it over, keeping your X or your cross, however you got it laid out. Hopefully a little better than I just did. I kind of messed it up. All right. And then we're going to tie. And this goes really good when I don't have the camera on, of course. But as even as I can get it. And you're just going to tie it like that. And tie it in a knot. And you want it to be as tight as you can. Don't worry about some of the pieces have twisted or anything like that. We can work with that later. But we just want to make sure that this knot is the tightest we can make it. So that red ribbon becomes the center of your bow. See right there how it goes across? And then now is where you kind of zhuzh it. And I have made sure that all of my words are going the same way. My trees are all the same way. And if I need to move it a little bit, I can. And so it's just like a little crazy bow. Now we're going to take the end piece of our tie, and that is going to go through our hole in the top of our ornament. So we can tie it right to there, and we don't have to worry about gluing it. Oh. Oh, goodness, we've been here an hour. Yay! I don't normally get to hang out that long. So all of the stuff that I've been doing, my house is trashed. I got a 9-to-5 job. I'm trying to get, I also have a website that I've been working on, and a t-shirt shop, and a whole bunch of different things. You can get overwhelmed quite easily. And trust me, I do. And I've had to have that little talk with myself about being in charge of that, being in charge of your own overwhelm. And you really are in charge of your own overwhelm. There might be things that happen all the time, but how you respond to it, you're 100% in charge of. So when I get upset because things aren't going my way, and I want to blame other people or other circumstances, I have to know that I'm the one that put all these things on my plate. So I'm in charge of my own overwhelm, and the people that are around me do not have to deal with my discontent because I did this to myself. Trust me, it's taken me many, 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 many years to figure this out. But now I embrace it. I have got so much stuff going on, and so I give myself little goals. By the end of today, I'm going to get this, and this done. And I make sure I do. Because if I don't, then this thing at the bottom now goes on tomorrow that's already full. So if I get this, and this done in one day, I get a little reward. And it could be anything from I'm going to kick back and watch television. I don't do that very often. Or I might go and get myself a pumpkin spice frosty from Wendy's. Yeah, it's a thing. Trust me, I'm like, whoa. Because I don't like Frosties because they're chocolate, and I love chocolate, but not chocolate ice cream. I know it's crazy. But the pumpkin spice I love. If I get everything done. If I don't get everything done, I don't beat myself up over it. I just adjust for the next day and keep going. But I find that I really enjoy giving myself these little challenges because I feel so good about myself when I accomplish it. But when I don't accomplish it, I don't beat myself up over it. I give myself grace because there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle it as well. But it's taken me a while to get my mind in the correct spot. Mindset is everything. I'm done preaching. We have one more Christmas ornament to do. Oh, here's mine. All right. Oh, that's stuck to the paper. Okay. Make sure that my painted H's did not stick. Oh, and they're all dry too. Perfect. Well, let's make our last bow, and then we will glue it all together, and it'll be gorgeous. I like nothing better than to have just about everything in my home handmade by me. I love that. Or handmade by one of my friends. I think it's just very cool. And I have some very creative friends. Excuse me. So having stuff that they have made is so important. They're very precious to me. Having stuff I made, oh yeah, I love that, but if somebody likes it, I'll give it to them in a heartbeat. All right, tie it up tight, tight, tight. You don't want your bow falling apart. And if you get it to where it's not as tight as you want to be, stick a little hot glue on there. It'll hold it. All right. What I did after I tied my ornament on is I took the ends and I made it come down through the center. So it just looked like they were parts of the bow that was hanging there really cute. Okay. Last one to tie. Why does that looks upside down. I tie that. It's going to be upside down. Isn't it? What? If I tie this like this, no, it's going to be right side up. Goodness gracious. Sometimes you just have to talk to yourself. See, it's on backwards like this, but you're going to flip it around your wood piece. Just work it around till you get it in the front. And then what you do, take your little strings and go around the back of your bow. Oh, where are you? And hold them down while you, come on. I got that piece of red gingham. There we go. Hold that down while you straighten out the rest of your bow. And you can mess with it all you want. Sometimes if it's a little messy, I kind of like that because it doesn't look, it's not supposed to look real uniform. It's one of those fringy, silly bows. Okay, all done. Let's put it together. Okay, so I am a huge, I know, so random. I am a huge fan of eggnog. I love eggnog. I think because it has sugar in it. If it's got sugar in it, it's my favorite thing. I just love it. But there are people I know that really do not like eggnog. I guess what I'm asking is, what camp are you from? Do you really like eggnog? I got a little edge in there that did not get paint. You see it right there? I'm going to glue this on, but then I'm going to be really, really careful and paint that later because it's going to drive me crazy. So are you from the I love eggnog camp or the I can't handle eggnog camp? Because I also love hot chocolate. There's no, or apple cider. Some people say, do you like this or this? I like them. I like it all. But my husband always gets me the half-gallon jugs of eggnog, and then I drink the whole thing because I gotta have whipped cream on it, gotta have nutmeg on it. So that it winds up becoming an every night treat, which it can't this year because I've been working really hard on not gaining a lot of weight. In fact, trying to lose as much as possible. Okay, so that one there, I just want to make sure, and I might have to, because it's hard to see sitting down, I might have to stand up to get my ho, ho, ho right. I didn't bring anything. Oh, yes I did. Ha! Measuring. I got a little measuring thing. Okay, so if I make that 3/4 of an inch away, 3/4 of an inch away. Nope, stop it. Okay, so that looks, does that look pretty even? You know, I can't flip it up. Me too, Betty. Love eggnog. Love it, love it. All right, I'm going to move my coffee out of the way because my glue gun is over here. All right, see if I can do this without burning myself. I know, I'm asking a lot. Now you can use E6000 with this, but I like the hot glue because that works really well on wood. Okay. So far so good. Get in there. Ow, ow, ow. I knew I burned myself. I knew it. Goodness gracious. Always. I'm hoping I get this straight. Oh, yeah, the tip just grazed my finger. Yikes. Let's put the cord over here. Oof. And you will have glue strings a lot, but I wait till everything's dry and then just pull them off. But make sure you pull them off. Having a project all finished and it's full of glue strings, that's not a good look. And I have been to craft shows where I look at the stuff people have made and there's glue strings everywhere. If you're gonna sell that, I'm gluing my bow down. Get rid of the glue strings because it doesn't look finished. All right, so let me just glue my bows down first because they're floppy. The way I tied them on, they've just got a little flop to them. And you really don't see the top piece that I painted gold, but I know it's there, so I'm glad that I painted it gold anyways. I mean, you could have left it natural and it would have been fine. Okay. Oh, this is this is so darn cute. All right. Big old glob of glue. Try to center it as best as possible. Bestest. Can't really tell if I'm doing it right. Normally I would stand up to do this, but I want you guys to be able to see it. All right. And I decided to put my gingham in the middle because these have a bigger white background and I just like the way they play off each other. It looks more uniform. You know, most people wouldn't see that, but stuff like that bugs me. All right, do I have it? Close. Well, maybe. Nope, don't. Well, there's no moving it now. Boy, that's on there good. That glue sticks. All right, last one. I was even thinking about, because this came with a black frame, and I was thinking about painting it red. But I'm glad I didn't, because the black and red look pretty cool together. I gotta make sure this is right. Oh. Boy, once it's on, you're not moving it. You are not moving it. Let's see how bad it looks. I love this. What do you think? The bows need a little zhuzhing. And you know what? You could even stick like little red buttons or red and white buttons or maybe even green buttons in the center. Look at that. I love it. That is so cute. This was worth an hour and 13 minutes. It was worth it. So if you like this and you want to see more of my projects, hit the little follow at the top. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than anything. I am really enjoying doing this. I am also on Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest. I haven't been real active on YouTube and Pinterest because I haven't been able to upload my stuff like I should. That should be one of the things on my list that I get done every day. But I definitely will get there. So hopefully you like this. And if you decide to make one, I really want to see your take on it. Everything I got from Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. So I hope you attempt it. I was even thinking of doing a black and gold or that dark green and gold like I want. Maybe I'll do another one. Alrighty, have a great Saturday and I'll talk to you later. Bye.